I'm here in Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm actually working on a filming location video for another movie entirely different than one I'm going to show you for a scene that was shot for the movie right here, and that was The Departed. Now, The Departed was shot throughout Boston and in New York, and it's definitely one of those movies I'd like to see all the locations for one day to do a complete filming location video for. But I was just passing through this part of the city, and I wanted to go ahead and show you, at least for this particular scene, it's one of the more substantial ones in the movie. It's very exciting and or interesting depending on how you look at it. But I wanted to show you which buildings they used, how they lined up angles, and how they incorporated another building that wasn't even the one they were featuring in the movie into the scene for that. So with that said, here's a filming location for the movie The Departed. Now, when Queenan is on his way over here to this building to meet with Billy, he walks right along here, and you can see that elevated walkway that's there in this alleyway. So he walks over here and he goes up these steps to this door right here. Now, this building was being gutted at the time, so it didn't have a nice finished door, but he sort of leaned up against this portion of the building and opened the door and looked in the door to check to make sure it's okay before he went in.
$344 wash. You got that? $344 wash.
Now, this is the building that Queenan and Billy were meeting on top of, the rooftop of this building. This building was like gutted at the time. He went up onto the roof of this building where he was gonna meet with Billy. Billy was already there and he was waiting.
He's got dope coming in. I don't know where he's getting spooky, Captain.
Now, when Queenan tells Billy to take the fire escape down, you're led to believe the fire escape would obviously be on the building that they were inside of, but that is actually not the case. The building they were inside of was down this alley over here, but the fire escape that they used in this scene is located on an adjacent building right over here.
Yeah, take the fire escape. What about you? I'll be fine, but if you get made, I can't protect you. Now go.
Now, this portion of the fire escape is raised up, but in the movie it was obviously dropped. So right from here, it came down. And as a matter of fact, when they show Billy navigating down the fire escape, he would have been coming right down along where I'm standing. So this portion would be dropped down, and it was right along here. And you can actually see this gouge. If you look closely in that scene, in the corner of the screen, something at one point hit this back even before filming was done for The Departed. And if you look closely, you can see that gouge in the scene when Billy's coming down this fire escape. Now, this is the alley that they show Billy come running down after he comes down off the fire escape. So he comes from behind the building over there. You're led to believe the fire escape was there. But this building actually doesn't have a fire escape, and it was that fire escape that they used for him to come down. But to keep the continuity of the filming of this location, they made it seem as if he came from a fire escape behind this building. Now, when they throw Queenan from the rooftop of this building, he actually passes between these two sets of windows all the way up to the roof. So as he's falling, I want you to pay attention to this area right in here. Notice how there's like a light discolored spot right there, and then another strip just above it. If you watch that scene over, you can see as he's passing down the brickwork, he passes by those discolored bricks. But as he's falling, if he would have fallen right along directly down, he would have landed right here. But for the movie, he actually fell right here. So they just changed up the trajectory of the fall during filming. But this is where Billy would have come around the corner and stopped in his tracks because Queenan fell literally right in front of him, almost hit him. Blood splattered, and he was standing there. He was very distraught. And you can actually see that building right there in the background of that scene.
The fuck were you?
But this is where after the shootout happened, when the van took off down this alleyway, it actually drove that direction, and Queenan was right there, and it went right over top of them. But that whole scene was right here at this location.